It looks like the drama between Trisha and Ethan isn't going to be ending anytime soon because things just got really serious. It's a mess, so let's get into it. So, it's only been a few days since we talked about Ethan and Trisha and the whole frenemies, families, Moses, Keemstar mess. And guys, already so much stuff has happened since then. I remember back when this drama first started, someone said, I bet we're still going to be talking about this at Christmas time. And well, if this keeps going the way it's going, I wouldn't doubt that. The last time we talked, we were talking about Moses and the cheating allegations against him. The H3 subreddit and the Frenemies subreddit were literally overflowing with posts about these cheating allegations and other really serious allegations. People have been waiting to see if Moses or even Trisha would address anything. Moses and Trisha are due to get married in only a few short months, and something like this could definitely destroy those plans. But now, Moses has finally addressed things over on Twitter, and he's denying everything. He wrote, "Recently, there has been a serious allegation made against me that is not true. I have chosen not to give attention to it out of respect for this person's well-being, but now the lies have gone too far. I met this person only once in real life on February 14th to 15th of 2020. She is not my ex. She was never my girlfriend. I am showing these texts to show the timeline of what actually happened. I made it clear I didn't want to lead her on. And it's nobody's fault. She continued to ask me to meet up with her and have a relationship with her after I made it clear I didn't feel we were a match. She got upset when me and Trisha started dating well after we stopped talking, and continued to plead with me to date her and not Trisha. It's been a year and a half of this person spreading lies, but now this new false accusation cannot be ignored. Please read this thread for the text messages when we were communicating." Moses went on to post tons of text messages from his ex that show her messaging him and wanting to be with him. He was definitely trying to paint a picture that this girl wanted to be with him, and now she's just speaking out because she's upset that he's with Trisha. But people are saying that just because she wanted to be with him in that moment doesn't mean that's how she actually feels now. Now that she's away from him and has been for some time, maybe she realizes how messed up certain situations really were. The next bit of tea is about an unaired clip from H3. A few months ago, Ethan posted a video addressing Trisha's apology video to him. Now, he wasn't too impressed with it, mainly because he had to watch like 50 ads to even get to the apology part. Well, it turns out there was a portion of that video that they actually had to cut out. During this week's episode of H3 TV, Ethan asked the crew if they should play the part from that video that they cut out. The crew was like, nope, wait for the end of the year, let's not do that right now. But Ethan said he really feels like it's the right time to finally air it out. So they did. It was a clip of Trisha Paytas apologizing to Ethan and Ethan reacting to it, and all of a sudden Zach plays a soundbite that says,
"Amazing artist. Her name's Inky Witch. I actually met her ironically."
Jesus, Zach, what the Zach, what the is wrong with you?
The entire crew was dying, but they ended up cutting it out because they felt like it went a little bit too far. Well, even though everyone else thought it was pretty hilarious, Trisha didn't have the same reaction. They went off on Twitter once again and were super pissed off. They tweeted, "Ethan hasn't changed. He's just better at hiding his deep-rooted hatred for women. He says he's done talking about me, but had to upload a clip of him and the crew of 6 guys tell me to shut up for no reason. I just want Ethan to stop talking about me. Every time he does, an army of hate comes towards me and Moses. Things we've been at fault for, we discuss. Now, there's just lies, doxing, and very vicious things going on. I'm done talking about all the drama. I wish he would do the same. I've surrendered. I can't take this hate. It really weighs on us. Like, I turn off the comments, but now it's leaking to people that are private and real. It's scary. Just stop." Showing that old clip of me where Zach plays a clip, "Shut up," just incited a whole new hate mob at me today. Like, please, I'm begging for people to leave us alone. We left the H3 world. Just leave us alone. As you can probably guess, a lot of comments under Trisha's tweets think Trisha really doesn't have any room to be mad over this. You're allowed to go on Keem's podcast and talk Ethan the whole time, but he can't post an old clip of a joke about you? The way you treated them, girl, they're going easy on you. Why? What about Jason or David? Even Dixie D'Amelio, a young girl you never met. And that's the thing with Trisha, she can talk about anyone that she wants, even people that she doesn't know. And what does she say? It's her job. But when it comes to someone else talking about her, it's a completely different story. Then something really serious happened. Fans started noticing that Ethan actually deleted an episode of Frenemies. Some people were thinking this was probably the beginning of the end, and Ethan was finally privating all the old episodes so he could be financially free from Trisha once and for all. But the real reason why he deleted that episode was so much worse. Ethan posted a note to Twitter, and it was titled "Important." In this note, Ethan explains the reason behind why he took down episode 17 of Frenemies. Episode 17 was a pretty big episode for a few reasons. Trisha was just coming out of their huge drama with Jeffree Star and his hairstylist, and everyone was waiting for Frenemies to air just to hear what Trisha and Ethan had to say about it. The episode ended up getting over 4 million views. In this episode, Trisha also talked about a really serious situation that happened to them when they were in school regarding a teacher. Trisha named this teacher and it wasn't censored, so people could freely look it up. Trisha also made a really bold claim about him too. Trisha said he was arrested for something separate from what happened to them, and he was in jail for it. Trisha also talked about the situation on their own TikTok, and once again named him, talked about what happened, and said that he was arrested. Well, a video from a channel called Mysterious Tea came out, and they showed a huge discrepancy in Trisha's story. It turns out the teacher that Trisha named actually wasn't ever arrested. He retired from teaching and passed away only a few years ago. Obviously, this is huge because now Ethan has an episode of Frenemies with over 4 million views where Trisha claims this guy was arrested for something pretty serious when he actually just passed away. People were spamming the subreddit with this information, and finally Ethan saw it and dropped a statement. He said, "It has come to my attention that Trisha in episode 17 of Frenemies called out a teacher by the name and accused him of during school. She claimed this teacher was arrested and served time for. She also claimed that someone else had come forward to say that he as well. Upon further review, these claims seem to contradict available evidence. Because of the nature of these claims against a specific teacher and the stress it's causing his family, I have decided to unlist the episode for now until Trisha can better illuminate the situation. I want to emphasize that I do not believe Trisha would lie about something like this, so I want to give her the opportunity to clarify. But in the meantime, because the teacher has passed on and cannot defend himself, I feel obligated to remove it for now." As soon as people saw Ethan post that statement, everyone was just preparing for 50 videos and an absolute meltdown from Trisha. But surprisingly, it never came. The next day, Trisha posted a video titled "Why I'm Not Posting." But it ended up being just a clickbait title for a $24 members only live stream. For the next 2 days, Trisha just kept posting like normal, probably hoping this statement from Ethan would just magically go away. But this was way too serious. All of Trisha's comments started flooding with people telling them that they needed to address this and fast. This situation was not going away no matter how hard Trisha tried to ignore it. After 2 days passed, I guess Trisha started to realize that this wasn't something they could just ignore, so they jumped on Twitter to kind of address things. People really pressed to see us happy. Moses and I were toxic at the beginning, and we've grown tremendously together. First, it's "poor Moses, free him," and now it's "poor Trish." We live together. We go to therapy together. We've worked past things. Me and Moses met March 15th, 2020. We didn't start dating till August 1st, 2020. I did that entire summer. I did some awful to him. He did some awful to me. By the grace of God and therapy, it turned into a beautiful thing. But people can't accept that. If you think we're both toxic and evil, don't we deserve each other anyway? You can't think I'm both the victim and villain. I've addressed all this stuff endlessly on Frenemies, on my old podcasts, in videos. People bringing up the same tired people harassing me about events in my life makes me sick to my stomach. I will not entertain it on the most vulnerable parts of my life. Talk about my relationship, whatever. Talking about something I wasn't comfortable talking about for so long, I physically can't take. The thing is, I was called a liar back then. The same things happened to me over and over again. And it's why I never said anything ever, and I never will again. Think about what you could possibly be defending if you don't believe me. Much worse happened with worse people, and I should say those names, but why would anyone believe me then or now, right? I'm a liar, so I guess doesn't happen to me. And the internet doesn't care about anyone involved. They don't care about the families that could be innocent. They don't care about anyone's well-being. They just care about harassing me and now Moses. Anytime a jab is made at me, a joke is made about me, the hate piles up again. There's been 2 instances of this in the past week, and the hate mob comes out in full force again. If it's not this, it's something else, but it's very serious, and my pain is not up for discussion anymore. You don't get to demand things from me. This crazy hate for me and towards Moses, digging up the past, trying to find private people, started when frenemies ended. I monitor the subreddit like it's a toxic ex-boyfriend. I see where this all stems from. I am so sorry H3 fans felt betrayed, think I'm evil for talking to Keemstar, etc. I know they get a rise out of my reactions. Last night on my VIP live chat, they posted an unlisted link on the Reddit just so they could watch and hate on me. It's beyond obsession. And when I say I'm sorry, I mean it. Me going on Keemstar's podcast triggered all this hate. The jokes won't stop about me on the H3 podcast, even last week. Believe this, where I say I would take it all back just for the hate to stop. I will never address anything personal again. And yes, I will block anyone who presents anything from my past, Moses' past, etc. What needs to be dealt with offline will. And everything else I post online is at my discretion and my choosing. And that's it. But that wasn't it. A few hours later, Keemstar posted a screenshot from the H3 subreddit of someone asking people to contact Trisha's sponsors and let them know what's going on. Trisha quote tweeted Keem and said, "It all starts from their Reddit that they control and monitor. We aren't just some random people they have beef with. We have stopped and they won't. They're doing this to Moses and his workplaces too. It's really too far and they don't care." And this is where things start to go downhill. Trisha went on to post multiple videos of them trying to talk, but having an absolute breakdown. Now, from what I could make out, it sounds like Trisha is upset and is blaming Ethan and Ela for what's being said about them and what's being talked about on their subreddit. But people are saying, why isn't Trisha blaming Mysterious T on YouTube? She's the one that's making all these videos and getting these people's attention. One person replied saying, "It's not Ethan or Ela or any of the H3. Mysterious's videos is what changed everyone's mind. She showed all the lies." While all this was going down, Trisha was frantically texting Ethan and Ela in the old frenemies group chat, desperately trying to get them to call her. How do I know? Because Trisha leaked all of their messages. She tweeted, "Okay, so Ethan to show all my messages. I will show them myself." And she did. She posted all of them. I'm gonna read them all to you guys, but I seriously do not understand what Trisha was trying to accomplish by posting these. All they show is Ethan and Ela not really wanting to get on the phone with her and setting that boundary. So Trisha started the conversation and said, "I am begging and pleading for the last time to never mention me in passing again. Moses is now being falsely accused of and the family had no idea. And now they're getting harassed because you guys are allowing the subreddit to post his name? I'm happy the frenemies was taken down. I was told inaccurate information as I often misspoke on situations that I just believed without researching. I had reported as a teenager. There are reports of it. Every single time you guys make jabs at me, the hate riles up. They have doxed Moses and Moses' ex-wives. All of it is stemming from the H3 subreddit and your continued mocking of me. I have ceased talking about you. I will never for the rest of my life mention your name and will ignore every question. This is too much. This girl has a lawyer to sue Moses. Her. Even having it go to court will jeopardize his status in this country. Do you not see what's happening? I know you check the subreddit. I know you have control over these things. When you don't talk about me, this stuff dies down. I am pleading with everything I have. What do you want to stop this? I will pay you back every cent I ever earned from frenemies to end this. I will put out whatever statement you want me to make. I just need this to stop. It's not funny anymore. It's all very serious." And Ethan replied and said, "You need to make a statement on the teacher stuff." And Trisha said, "You do not get to tell me what I need to talk about. I've talked with his family. They were unaware of the report I made as a They want it to go away. You do not get to tell me how I handle my This is not a private chat, so don't assume that you have rights of privacy, and I will share these screenshots if necessary." And Trisha said, "Wow, I'm pleading for you to stop, please. I am pleading. This is not funny, any of it. It's actually distress. Please, I am begging you to just stop talking about me, please. I tried calling you, Ethan, please. And Ethan said, anything you want to say in writing, please. And Trisha said, I am saying it. I am pleading for you to stop. Why can't you? And Ethan says, okay, then no need for the phone. And once again, Trisha continues on pleading with Ethan, saying, why can't you just leave me alone, please? Every time you talk about me, more of this comes up. And then Hila jumped in and said something that was pretty shocking. She said, my mom is having a mental breakdown and my whole family is basically broken down. Welcome to the club. You're not the only victim here. Start taking responsibilities for your own actions and stop blaming us for everything that's happening to you. And same for Moses, who is not in this chat, but I'm sure he's reading it. And then Trisha started freaking out, just saying that I stopped. And Hila said, little too late. And Trisha said, what do you want? Moses in jail for he didn't commit? And Hila said, sorry, you also don't get to tell us what to do. And Trisha goes, I'm asking, I'm pleading. And then Ethan jumped back in and said, how do you know he didn't do it? And then Trisha just keeps saying he didn't, there's text messages. And Ethan says, well, how do you know? And Ethan says, I saw the text. And I think at this point, Trisha kind of realized that this wasn't gonna go anywhere good. And they said, wow, you guys know him. And Ethan replied, I thought I did. I don't know him. I believe the victim. And this is where Trisha just completely lost it. They said, you're falsely accusing someone you know. You don't know this person. Oh my God. And Hila said, you are sending her hate nonstop. Think about what you're doing. Ethan also jumped back in and said, and you would too if you actually cared about victims, you hypocrite. Shame on you. Shame on both of you. I am so trembling with anger and disgust. Shame, sadness. And Trisha goes, what? People lie. People do. This is not a random case. This is someone you know. And Ethan replies, I thought it was. Then Trisha started to talk about the teacher situation and said, your whole subreddit is saying I lied about but believe all victims, right? Why can't you just leave this alone? Like, really, this is too far. And Ethan told her, your accusations do not line up with the evidence. I am still waiting for you to clarify. And clearly this conversation wasn't going anywhere. So Ethan just said, I owe you nothing. Shame on you both. Shame. Out of all these messages, I think Hila really said it best. Trisha has this mindset that they're the only victim in any situation. They really don't see how much unnecessary stress they've put on both Hila and Ethan's family. Trisha really thought showing these messages was gonna help their case, but all it did was show that Ethan and Hila are both really done with Trisha and Moses. Trisha also went on to tweet, Ethan admitted to misspeaking on my name. He misspeaks a lot, but only he can and no one else. He believes all victims except for me. I sent those as a last-ditch effort to please stop the back and forth. I take blame, fault of it all. I will take all the heat and backlash too, just not let it go further. Hila told me it's too little too late. No, you know when it's too late? When it's too late. I am pleading, just stop, just stop. I will take back anything I said about them, pay back everything, just stop, I'm breaking. After things calmed down a little bit, Ethan put out a series of tweets just letting people know where his head's at. He wrote, hi guys, we have decided to take a week off the podcast. I am very sorry for anyone who depends and looks forward to the show. We need it now for our mental health. I'm very sorry. We love you guys and thank you so much for this amazing, vibrant community. We are so grateful. Additionally, thank you to all the crew who work so hard to make the best show possible. They are our family and I truly love and appreciate them all. Then a few hours later, Ethan tweeted, please, for the sake of Hila and I, do not harass anyone involved. While the accusations are extremely serious and emotions are understandably high, we still need to observe common decency and not mob people with hate. This situation has just taken such an ugly turn. I don't know how this started out as petty frenemies drama, and only a few short months later, it's turned into something so dark and so serious. People just think it's really convenient timing for Trisha to suddenly turn into this drama-free, wants to be left alone type of person when they've spent their entire career online doing this stuff to other influencers. But now that it's turned on them, it's no longer okay. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.